This is not just a story. At its core, it's about power. What remained was a single throne and two heirs. A family that should have protected each other begins to fall into suspicion and conflict. Betrayal, intrigue, and blood. House of the Dragon. This story is based on real history. And now, we uncover the truth behind it. This story is based on a real struggle for the throne. 12th century England. In 1135, after the death of King Henry I, a war for the crown began. The rightful heir was the king's daughter, Matilda. But at the time, strong opposition remained against a woman taking the throne. And the situation quickly began to unravel. Taking advantage of that moment, her cousin Stephen seized the throne. That decision split the kingdom in two. The conflict would last for 19 years, and later came to be known as the Anarchy. A civil war over the throne, fought by the House of Plantagenet. These events are considered one of the real historical inspirations behind House of the Dragon. But power struggles did not only happen on the battlefield. Within castle walls, and even at the dinner table, betrayal was a part of everyday life. One day, a young lord was invited to a banquet. At the time, inviting someone to dine meant guaranteeing their safety. In other words, this gathering was meant to be a place of peace, a chance to end the conflict. But during the meal, a black bull's head was brought to the table. At the time, it was a signal of death. Moments later, the young lord was seized and executed on the spot. This incident is known as the Black Dinner, a real event that took place in 15th century Scotland. Why did something like this happen? The reason is simple. In the struggle for power, even trust was used as a weapon. By betraying someone in a place meant to guarantee safety, they sent a clear message. No one could be trusted. And this very dynamic has inspired stories like House of the Dragon. This isn't fiction. It's based on events that actually happened. While those in power played their games inside castle walls, schemes not unlike the infamous Black Dinner. What was happening beyond those walls? In House of the Dragon, dragons burn cities and the screams of the people fill the air. But in reality, during what history calls the Anarchy, it was even more brutal. According to contemporary chronicles, this period was described as a time when God and the saints were asleep. As two kings claimed legitimacy, law broke down, and across the land, looting and famine spread. Who would become king while in that struggle? People were dying across the country, and kingship itself was decided within that reality. And in the end, this brutal civil war came to an unexpected close. Not with Matilda, the rightful heir, and not with Stephen, who had taken the throne. Instead, it was the next generation, her son, Henry II, who would finally bring the conflict to an end. But those who had fueled the war were already gone. And only a throne, stained by blood, remained, passed on to the next generation. That is the reality of history. House of the Dragon. This story draws us in because it is not just fantasy. 1,000 years ago, in England. 500 years ago, in Scotland. The same truth has played out, again and again. This is the nature of power. This is the nature of humanity. History repeats itself. So tell me who will stand before the throne next? And who will pay the price? This is not just a story. It is reality, carved into history. On this channel, we uncover the hidden truths behind the stories you know. Follow to learn more.